My role as Deputy Artistic Director is a very rich one. I'm very lucky because it's a very broad portfolio. Essentially what it means is I work very closely with Greg and with the other members of the creative teams to put together the overall programme. I've got a special interest and a background in new work, and so Greg has charged me with thinking about what new and contemporary work might mean at the RSC. And that stretches from thinking about new plays specially commissioned for the Swan to looking after, in a kind of curatorial sense, a season like The Roaring Girls and putting it in a contemporary context. And there's another element of my job which is on the horizon and which we're doing a lot of planning for at the moment, which is to reopen the other place in Stratford and to find in that studio space, which we're in the process of constructing, a place for us to do really new, emerging, edgy, daring experimental work that complements the Shakespearean repertoire and looks in a way at Shakespeare's spirit. If he were alive today, what would he be making? If he was in Stratford working with us, what would he be writing? What would he be provoking us to do? So I feel in a way the kind of custodian of that instinct to be daring and to take a risk. We're in the middle of quite a lot of work, thinking, planning, plotting, to make sure that Stratford can have a new iteration of the other place, which 40 years ago next year was a little studio theatre set up in a tin hut just across the road from the main houses. We've now got a very big steel box that we built during the reconstruction and redevelopment of our main theatres, and it was used to house the courtyard, which was our temporary space during that time. It provides a really exciting opportunity for us to build a complex, actually, of rooms in which we can make and play with new ideas. Our plan is to build a studio theatre in there and to also have some new state-of-the-art rehearsal spaces and to make use of the existing spaces on that site so that we have a kind of creative hub, a place where our actors, our artists, and people that we invite into the company for shorter periods of time can explore new work, can produce and present new plays, perhaps in a festival context, or are able to look at work in progress to research and develop new ideas. So those plans are relatively early in their development. Our hope is we'll be able to make some announcements early in 2014 about reopening in 2015. That's our plan. For the time being, I'm very busy looking at the kind of work we want to make in that space. And I'm sure you'll be able to see throughout 2014 some manifestations of that around the Stratford campus and perhaps further afield.